Just quickly draw the 1-point perspective room, the box in the back, okay? And then I just want to get just the basic structure of the room here. That way I can help you. All right. And then your dream interior was it a bedroom or was it a kitchen or what was it?
It was a bedroom.
It was a bedroom? Okay.
Miss, look, this is what I got so far.
Okay. Let me see. Oh, that's better. Oh, that is so much better. The eye was a mile away from the other one before. That looks much better. Okay. So can you put the colored part, the irises in the eye? And make sure that you cut off the top and bottom of the circles, okay, Jovanka? Like, don't show the whole circle or your person's going to look surprised.
Wait, how? Like, you want me to put, like, the little pupil thing? Mm-hmm. Like, the circle?
Yeah, like, yeah, so you have this on either side, right? If you have this on either side, what I want you to do is I want you to draw the circle. You could draw the circle right through the eyelid, but have the opening cut off the top or the bottom or both, because if you show the whole circle, look at how surprised that eye looks. Doesn't that person look scared when you show the whole circle? So you don't want to do that. You want to draw it big enough that you cut off the top or bottom of the iris or both. You cut off both. And then you put the circle, the other small black circle in the middle. So you have to draw the rest of the circle to see where the middle should be, right? So that's what I did. I drew the whole circle, even if I'm going to erase that part later, and then I drew the pupil. So try that.
Do you want me to erase the eye in the middle?
You can, yeah, because you don't need it anymore. That was just a placeholder. Okay? So now I'm going to go and work with Leilani. You guys don't mind, do you mind being on the same meet? Do you want me to put you in breakout rooms or do you not care?
It's okay. It don't matter.
It doesn't matter to you? How about Leilani? How do you feel about that? You want a separate breakout room? Or
this is all right.
Yeah, you know what? Jovanka is cool. She's very nice. She's a very nice person. You don't have to feel uncomfortable around her, Jovanka. She doesn't judge art harshly. Right, Jovanka? You're not going to judge her harshly, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Jovanka is very nice. And she cares enough. She shows up. She has shown up to my office hours to just get extra help because she just wants to make her art better. So she's very, very good that way. So here's your window. All right, now I'm ready to help you with your bed here. So where do you want the bed? Where do you want the bed to go, Leilani? On the right wall, on the back wall, on the left wall, where the window is? What are you thinking of?
Yeah, so I guess on the back right wall, if that makes sense, like right against it.
So you want it right here, but like toward the back.
Right.
So you want the bed to be against this wall, but like further back. Okay. Mm-hmm. Do you want it to be like a queen size, a king size, or a little twin bed? Like what size?
Yeah, I guess like a full size or.
Okay, a full size. My daughter has a full size. That way you could grow into it, right?
Okay.
And also, should I draw the bed small? Like, is this room supposed to be a small girl's bedroom? Or is it like a humongous room? Do you want to fit a lot of stuff into it? That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, I guess I would like to a few more things in there.
Okay, so we need to make sure we don't draw the bed too big or it's going to be crowded and then we won't be able to fit a lot of stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hand sketch. It's always a good idea to hand sketch. So I'm going to draw the headboard of the bed against this wall. And this is the part of the headboard that's closest to me, and this is part of the headboard that is furthest from me. And I'm going to have the headboard, like this is the post for the headboard, okay? So I'm going to have the post for the headboard. I'm just going to like have it go, you see the line for where the floor meets the wall right here? You see that line? I'm going to have the headboard go a little, the foot of the headboard go a little bit below that line. You see how it's not like right on that line? It's a little bit below that line. What that does, it makes this look like it's in front of the wall and not like going into the wall or something weird like that, right? So make sure that if this is the line for the wall and the floor, that the headboard line goes below that line. That's what I'm saying. And then draw a horizontal line for the bottom. Don't worry about where this should end. This part of the headboard should end or anything. Don't worry about that, because that's all determined by this side here, the nearest side. So let's say I want my headboard to be about this high. Okay, so all I'm doing is I'm drawing a long, skinny rectangle for now. If you don't like this style, Leilani, you can always change it up. Okay, but I'm going to draw something really basic, and then you, what do you call it? Can everybody hear me? I just was like, this video is paused. I got a weird message. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, well, I'm not sure what that message was about, but okay. So it's just like a long rectangle, right? So you see the top left-hand corner of this rectangle right here? I want you to point that one end of the ruler, line it up with that corner, and one end with vanishing point 1. That's VP1, which is right here. And that will give you the top of the headboard. You see that? And if you go to the other end and you line up your ruler with the very bottom left-hand corner, and you line that up with vanishing point 1, that will automatically show you where this far leg should end, so that you don't even have to make that decision. That line, you know, because both sides of the headboard are going to be the same height, right? So when you follow that vanishing point 1 line, it'll show you where to end that second line that's over here. You said you wanted it to be right up against the wall. I left a little bit of space. If you want it to be right up against the wall, what we could do is just extend that line and just move it. Move it a little bit past the corner line, because the headboard's going to like kind of stick out, right? It has it has a thickness to it. It's going to stick out, so that's what I'm accounting for. And if you want it right up, like up against that the back wall, then you just move that line over. That's what I'm saying, Leilani. So now there's no gap. Well, there's a little tiny bit of a gap right here, but there's less of a gap now between this bed and this back wall. It's almost right up against that wall. There's just like this tiny little bit of space over here, and I'm going to show you that. There's just a tiny little gap there. So that's how much space there is between this end of the headboard and the back wall. All right, in order to draw this as a headboard, well, to draw the mattress, figure out how tall you want the headboard to be and where the mattress, you want the mattress to hit, like along this line right here. I'm going to say the mattress is going to hit about, this is halfway. So maybe 2/3 of the way up from the bottom, from here to here, about 2/3 of the way up, like that. I'm going to draw the mattress a little bit in, so I'm going to draw a third vertical line. Here's a vertical line, another vertical line, and another vertical line, and this is going to be the height of my mattress. My mattress is going to go straight across horizontally, and that's going to represent the side of my mattress. You see what I'm getting at here? This is the side of my mattress. Okay, Yovanka. So did you, with your eyes, did you leave a little white space? Like somewhere off to the corner, like you could kind of put it off center. And did you fill in your pupil all black like that? And then what I want you to do is I want you to put a value over the whole eye, because you don't want the eye to be white, like the white part of your eye. You want this to be white and you want this to be a color. Okay, try that. And then take a blender or a paper towel and then just smooth that so it doesn't look as scratchy. And when you're done doing that, Yovanka, can you make those little lines that come out from the center of the eye like that? And then just go all the way around with those lines? Can you do that while I'm helping Leilani? All right. You're awesome. All right. So Leilani, so basically this is just a rectangle with 90 degrees. There's no angles. It's just a horizontal line, a vertical line, and a horizontal line, okay? So I'm gonna go over that with my ruler to just tidy up my sketch lines. And I think that this looks good because this is going to represent the mattress. About halfway up, draw a line. That's going to represent the mattress. And this part here represents the box spring or the wooden slats on the bottom that holds the mattress up off the ground, or a bed skirt. It could represent that lower part of the mattress. Okay? Like that. So we have kind of like an L-shaped thing going on. So this is the side of my mattress, which is like a full size, or you're saying it's like a queen or a full. Some people say that, you know, they're pretty close in size, a full and a queen. I think a queen is just a tiny bit bigger. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to draw the top of the mattress, which is up here. So you go to the corner right here, the upper right hand corner, line up your ruler with vanishing point 1 in that corner, and you are going to draw like that. And you're going to, you see how there was a little bit of space between this piece of furniture right here and like where the mattress actually you know, started on that, on the width of this headboard. I'm going to end that a little short. So that's going to be the corner right there. So I need to end the line right over there. Okay. So that's a vanishing point 1 line. So that's going to go like that. Okay. And I want you to do the same thing with this corner right here, vanishing point 1. I don't know where it's going to end, but this right here, this point is going to tell me right here. So Leilani, how are you with this right now? Are you lost? Are you like, I don't know what you're talking about? Or are you okay?
I think I'm okay.
Okay. So what I didn't want to go all the way over to the end, although I could, I guess I just wanted to represent this little bit of space right here between the edge of the mattress, that it started actually a little further in. So I'm going to stop this line right here at this point. Then from here, I'm going to go straight across with a horizontal line. And that's going to be the top of my mattress. It's like the other side of the top of my mattress. Okay, like that. So from the 1-point perspective, yes, you do see the side of the mattress more than the actual top, because that is kind of obscured. We only see like a little sliver of it from this angle. What you could do with the bottom right here is if you extend the line right here of the bottom of the headboard across like this, we can start to draw the footboard. And make the footboard about as thick as the headboard, but don't make it as high. Whatever you do, the footboard is usually not the same height. Although I have seen some Victorian beds where the headboard and the footboard were the same height, and they kind of look funny. Or if you have a sleigh bed, something called a sleigh bed, that particular style has a lower headboard and the footboard and the headboard are the same. It's supposed to resemble like a sled. I always wanted one of those. Never got one. Maybe one day. So I'm making my footboard a little bit lower. It's the same, you know, but it's on the same line down here as the foot of this headboard. That's why I was using the ruler. Now, there's a little angle right here. See on the bottom right hand corner of my footboard? I want you to draw a little point there, right there. And that point, you're going to draw a line to the vanishing point 1. Or what you could do is just connect it with the corner of the mattress. That would actually look better. Yeah, same difference actually. So there's a little angle there. Leilani, I just want to show you. There's a little angle and it goes to the corner of that mattress. The top of the footboard is lower than the horizon line. That's very different from the top of the headboard because that's above this horizon line. So you shouldn't be able to see up and over the top of that. However, with the footboard, you should see up and over the top of the footboard. So you take the two corners and you draw to vanishing point 1. So it's something like that. See that? Somewhere you're going to have to go with, you know, here's the corner. You see how like the footboard extends out past the mattress? So I think we're going to have to stop this footboard over here with a vertical line, but make it a little bit past that corner. So it looks like it extends out. It's a little wider than the mattress. That's basically what I'm saying. Draw a vertical line here. And when it meets the vanishing point line, the first one, you know, the second, like the one that's below this one, goes straight across with a horizontal line, and that's how you should end the footboard. So there's like a little L shape right here. It goes whoop, up, and then across. And then erase all your vanishing point lines. So that's how to draw a basic mattress. Kind of with some sort of a frame. Like this could represent like a little wooden box that holds the mattress. So we could extend that a little bit further past and have it going into the headboard and the footboard wood. If you want it to be like kind of like those little wooden rails, you can actually show the top of it a little bit by drawing a little skinny line above that and then having that go like that. So it looks like the mattress is like inside of a box or tray. You get what I'm saying? And then at the corner, just put like a little angle there, little angle. And that angle is supposed to be pointing toward vanishing point 1. So basically, all actual horizontals, this represents a horizontal, goes toward vanishing point 1. So all your, you know, long width lines, the lines that represent the width of your objects, they all point toward vanishing point 1. Yovanka, so did you do the lines going around the eyes like that? Yeah? So if you're done with that, what you want to do is, did you put a line above the eye to show like the eyelid? Draw an eyelid and also draw this little round thing at the on the corner of the inside of the eye. So if the other eye is right here, this little round thing, that's called the tear duct, or the oh my god, the lacrimal caruncle. You don't have to know that word. It's going to be right here, located on the inside. So draw that and draw your eye, the eyelid crease. Okay, and then go ahead and also very, very lightly draw some shadows starting from the corners, the very right and left hand corner of the white part of your eye. Draw a little bit of shading in there and put a little shading from the eyelid. The eyelid also casts a little shadow over the top of the eye, just like a little area right below the eyelid. Make it a little darker there. Put a little shading there. And then with your blender, if you have a blender, just smooth it out, or if you have a paper towel, shape it into a little cone like this. That works perfectly fine too. You can just make your own blender and just smooth it. If it's too dark, you could always go back and forth with the eraser and then lighten up your shading and kind of put the white back in until you just get just the right amount of white. Okay, so I want you to put the eyelid crease and shade the white part of your eye, because you shouldn't leave that blank. It shouldn't be just white paper. The white of your eyes should also look some sort of shade of gray, light gray. Okay? When you're done that, put a little bit of a darker shaded ring around the outside of the iris like that to make it stand out. You can use sgraffito, which is like those little coils. You could use that mark making technique to get it in there. And then take a blender or a paper towel and just kind of soften up the edges here. And then just can even kind of go in with it toward the center. So just make this little darker ring around the eye like that, just like that. Okay, Yolanda? And then there's a little bit of a shadow cast by the eyelid over the eye. So I'm putting that back in because I just erased it. When you get to this point, let me know and I'll show you how to put the highlights. Also, I'm putting a little bit of shadow or shading on either side of the eyelid to make the eye look round, like it's bulging in the center. Make that crease a little darker. Make it a little bit more defined here. All right, Leilani, I have a question here for you. So we have the general shape of the bed. This could be a bed skirt or it could be a frame. I feel like if it's one of those little wooden slats, it looks more like a modern bed. But it depends on what kind of style that you're going for. So the headboard is looking a little boring. If you wanted to make it exciting, you could draw another vertical line a little further in. And then draw, go up a little bit further, and then draw the side like that of some upholstery. At the top, I'm going to do a straight line on one side and then just like a little curve going down like that. A little curve. And then right at the top, right here at the pointy top, I want you to draw a line toward vanishing point 1. So then you could draw kind of like the top of that. And then I want you to go past this line here, past it, and then curve it just like over here. I just want you to do the same curve over on this side, but smaller, and then go down and then erase any lines that get covered up. So what I wanted to do is kind of create like a little bit of a cushiony, puffy, upholstered area so that your head wouldn't bang up against like a wooden, hard wood headboard, just to make it look a little bit more comfortable, you know. And then if you want to, you could go ahead and use vanishing point lines to divide that into thirds or however many rows you want. If you want to do kind of like stitching, so we can, you see where this curve comes out and stops? You could actually draw a line from that to the vanishing point to show where this curve should stop and then straighten out. So try to use the vanishing point and little guidelines as much as possible. So over here, this is really tough. If you wanted to make this look like it has 3 rows, you could go 1 row, like a little curve, and then straight down, and then another row, with the spacing becoming, going from wide to medium to small, because things like spaces should get smaller as you go further back in space. So you want, basically you want this to be the widest, then this is your second, and then this is like the shortest distance, like that. Get what I'm saying? And then you can have, like, you can have a button in the middle. And if you wanted these to be like luxurious, kind of upholstered, you can make the lines poofy. Like, you can make the lines kind of bow out. Okay, Yovanka. Like that, if you like want them poofy. So right at the top and bottom of the buttons, you can have the line poof out a little bit more, and then that gives you like a really luxurious, poofy, kind of upholstered headboard. So we just like put this like, it could be velvet, so you could use any color you want. It could be leather. It's same thing over here. You could do the same thing. Just draw a little curve at the top of this. Go like that. Make a little strip. Have the top of that go toward vanishing point 1. Come down same way over here. And then you don't have to have buttons on this one because it's such a small little thing. And then you could have a little upholstery on the footboard. You see? All right, Yovanka, with back to your eye. So Leilani, you don't have to do this style of headboard. It's up to you. If you wanted to, you could have a headboard that's traditional, that's kind of like this. You know? Or you could have like a fancy cutout in the wood like that. So look at your inspiration board and copy the bed off of that inspiration board. Do you have a bed on your inspiration board?
I think I put one down.
Okay, so look at the information that's on your inspiration board. After I help Yovanka with the detail of her eye, I'm going to take a look. Let's take a look at your inspiration board. But how is this going? Were you able to make something like this?
Yeah, I left out the footboard, and I think I'm gonna have to make the edges a little bit softer.
Okay, go ahead and work on that right now. And Yovanka, I want you to, with your eye, did you put the little darker ring around the outside of the iris? Okay, now you're going to take your eraser, right? And you are going to put like a little light crescent area just on the bottom half. It doesn't even have to be the whole bottom half. And it's just going to look like the light is hitting the eye, and it's going to make the eye look like a little bit like shiny and translucent. Like it's got a clear glass dome, you know, like when, you know, have you ever seen something that actually has like glass on top of it? It's got like a big thick lens or coating of something clear over it. Yeah, no, you've never seen anything like that. I wish I could something, and let's take a look. Like, you have to put down something, and then that way you can look at it and say, oh, I don't like that, or I like that, or I can just change a little bit of that line to make it something that I like better. You know what I mean? So I want you to try it, or try a couple different styles and then erase it. And maybe you want an eyebrow that looks, you know, shaped like this. Maybe you want a more straight eyebrow. So try a couple different shapes until you like the shape or the look, the overall look or expression that you get, okay? Can you do that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Leilani, I think you're going to have to, for looking at your inspiration board, I don't think you should do a foot board and a headboard. I think you could even just have a footboard if you want and just leave the footboard. Instead of an upholstered piece, if you decide to keep the headboard, what you could do is, you know, maybe you could do like a pinup board, and high above you could just put photographs. You could put some pillows. I see, that's why you wanted to put this bed right up against the corner. You could put your pillows, you know, at an angle. Here's one facing straight out. Here's one, hey, Lahi, how about waiting for mommy so we can do that together, okay? My daughter just came back. She got some doll clothes and she's like tearing into them. Yeah, I'm sorry. All right. Anyway, or we could just get rid of the headboard altogether and just use the wall. Just if we want to stay true to what you have. And then didn't you have shelves, right? If you want shelves on the wall, all you have to do is draw the side of the shelves like this. Like this shows how far out they're going to stick out. So on this wall, you're going to have to draw like the side edge of things. So I just drew a shelf here, and then you had like another, you could have another shelf like this. Did you have like another shelf? I forgot if there was a second shelf. And then use vanishing point 2 from the corners here to draw like the long part of the shelf. There we go. So that's one shelf. And coincidentally, it lines up with the vanishing point, with the horizon line, so you can't show the top or the bottom because it's right on the horizon line. It's like right at eye level. This shelf, however, is above eye level, so when you draw it like this, you see how you can go across here and you can show the bottom of that shelf? See what I mean? And I'll shade the ends of the shelf so that you can see it a little bit more three-dimensionally. You see those shelves there? And then you can, you know, if it's high up on the shelf, the top of this flower pot will be curved up like that, and then you can have your aloe or your plants. You have another plant here, maybe something with a boxier angle, and then you can have, you know, vines, a plant that has vines angling down like that. You can have, this could be a pillow. Instead of a cushioning on the headboard, you could just draw the side of a pillow, use vanishing point 1, put another pillow there. Is it starting to kind of capture the feel a little bit of what you were going for? Yeah. And then here you have a window, but I wouldn't have a window. I mean, I don't know if I would, like you had that nice big window. So I don't know. I feel like you should have a bigger window. Maybe,
Miss, look at my eyebrows. They're looking very much not good.
let me see. The person has kind of like a sad expression. So what you can do, Yovanka, if you don't want a sad expression, is what you can do is change it so that it's more, it points upward and you have an angle like that. Can you point it upward a little bit and make it less straight across? Try that. And I think you'll like it better. Because you had that one picture where the window was like all the way to the floor, it's up to you. Maybe you should have, maybe you could have sliding doors and go all the way down and have a space that opens up, and then like in this corner, right? You had, it looked like you had kind of like a plant stand. So the side of it looked like this. So how do you use the vanishing point? You draw the side of the plant rack. Then you draw using the ruler to vanishing point 1. And that will tell you, and then draw the other side of the plant stand like that, because it was like a ladder style, right? So that's where you should end it. And that will tell you where to stop. Vanishing point, horizontal line, down. And then this one just goes like that. I don't think it was exactly like that. I think that there was an extra leg right here at the corner, I think. Yeah, there was. There was like an extra leg at the corner that stuck out like that. It was like a plant stand that kind of looked like a ladder. And then...
Miss, my eyebrows not coming out good.
And then you had plants or something on each of those platforms. Like that. Now I did that without the ruler, so of course it's going to look messy. But this leg right here, Yovanka, I heard what you said. I'll be with you. But the time is actually up for office hours, so we're going to have to end it. But I'll take a quick look at how it turned out. And Leilani and Yovanka, I'm going to be back here on Wednesday. So I'll stay a little bit longer like I did today. It's not a problem. But that's how to draw that. And then maybe you could just do a line in the center and do a little frame around the door, because the doors and windows in a house have those 45-degree angles. You know, you use vanishing point line for all the horizontals. And maybe you could do like a little sliding door and have some sort of a, you know, have a horizontal line going out and have a beautiful patio or some sort of green garden out there. You know what I'm saying? And then this could be the threshold. And then you have, of course, your wooden floor. See? And if you want, you know, twinkling lights, you can certainly lay some lights here and have twinkling lights all over. String some lights, you know, on the ceiling. Have just a rectangle here, like or even just like a big square bulletin board with just like photos. Just photos all over. And then over here, you can have those records against the wall. So against that wall, you can have the records. So, I mean, we could go a little bit. I'll hold on to this, Leilani, and we could go into it in a little bit more detail. If you're like, Mrs. Han, I really need you to help me with breaking this down into, you know, because I did rush through this. How would I do that? Like, I could definitely go a little slower with this, or the shelves, or the door. So what do you guys want to do? Leilani, what do you want to do? Do you want to come back on Wednesday and work on this a little bit more with me? Or do you feel like you can, you know, you can work on it on your own? It's up to you. I will be here.
Okay, yeah, I'll try to see if I can do this on my own because this has helped a lot, so thank you.
Okay. I hope it helped you because I did kind of do it, sketched it really rough. But yeah, just take your time when you're doing it. And of course, all these little details like the twinkling lights and, the little viney plants and all the greenery and stuff. That's just, if you had a plant right here in the foreground growing in a pot, that would just like draw our eye right into your picture. So I really encourage you to also put something in front here, okay? Okay. Jovanka, go ahead. Let me show me your eyebrows. Can you switch on your camera and show me what you have? You didn't do any. What do you mean? Well, do you have like a little tracing of what you have left? Can I see what you erased? They're not coming out right. All right. So do you wanna end it for today and then we'll continue on Wednesday, Jovanka? Oh no! Oh no! Okay, Leilani, I'm gonna let you go. Okay, I think we should. Like, if your eye was like this, Jovanka, you just have to try different things. Eyebrows are so different. Like, you change a little bit of the angle and it becomes a total different look on a person. So, like, try different shapes. Like, or look online. You know what I would recommend? If you have never drawn eyebrows before, look online and look up eyebrow styles, and maybe you'll find a shape and angle that you like. Oh, thank you. So, and then the challenge will be to get it to look perfectly symmetrical, like having this side look the same as that side. That's real. For me, I feel like that's the hard part. And you don't have to be super picky. This is just a practice, girl. You don't have to have this person look like, the most gorgeous thing on earth. It's just an imaginary practice person. Okay? So go ahead and just like look up eyebrow shapes and just Google it. Eyebrow shapes. And just press Google Images and oh my God, Jovanka, so much comes up. Like, here, let me show you. Look at this. Like, look at this. Just like, even look at this one. Basic eyebrow shapes. And that will help you. See? Here's like rounded. They call this a soft angled arch. Like, I don't even know the names of this. This is straight. This is hard angled arch. And this is S-shaped. So like, look at these. Glamorous, dramatic, sophisticated, seductive, oh no, mysterious, attractive, and sexy. Well, no, we don't want sexy. No, we don't. So look at these and just study some of the eyebrow shapes and get you know, and here's men's eyebrows. See how big and thick they are, and just get inspired. Just look up eyebrow shapes on Google and then press images so that you get a whole bunch of the pictures only. Okay? Yovanka, are you there? Okay. All right. All right. I'm gonna let you go. And I will see you in class tomorrow. Okay? And look at the eyebrows and try some different shapes. Don't get frustrated. I know you get frustrated. Okay? All right. I'm going to end this call and I'll see you
Okay,
tomorrow.
Miss. Have a good day.
Have a good night. Draw a vertical line here, and when it meets the vanishing point line, the first one, you know, the one that's below this one, goes straight across with a horizontal line, and that's how you should end the circle. So there's like a little L shape. It goes whoop up and then across. And then erase all your vanishing point lines. So that's how to draw a basic mattress, kind of with some sort of a frame. Like this could represent like a little wooden box that holds the mattress. So we could extend that a little bit further past and have it go into the headboard and footboard wood. If you wanted to be like kind of like those little wooden rails, you can actually show the top of it a little bit by drawing a little skinny line above that, and then having that go like that. So it looks like the mattress is like inside of a box or tray. You get what I'm saying? And then at the corner, just put like a little angle there. Angle. And that angle is supposed to be pointing toward vanishing point one. So basically, all actual horizontals, this represents a horizontal, goes toward vanishing point one. So all your, you know, long width lines, lines that represent the width of your objects, they all point toward vanishing point one. Yovanka, so did you do the lines going around the eyes like that? Yeah? So if you're done with that, what you want to do is, did you put a line above the eye to show like the eyelid? Draw an eyelid and also draw this little round thing at on the corner of the inside of the eye. So if the other eye is right here, this little round thing, that's called the tear duct, or the lacrimal caruncle. You don't have to know that word. It's going to be right here, located on the inside. So draw that and draw your eye, the eyelid crease. Okay, and then go ahead and also very, very lightly draw some shadows starting from the corner, the very right and left hand corner of the white part of your eye. Draw a little bit of shading in there and put a little shading from the eyelid. The eyelid also casts a little shadow over the top of the eye, just like a little area right below the eyelid. Make it a little darker there, put a little shading there. And then with your blender, if you have a blender, just smooth it out, or if you have a paper towel, shape it into a little cone like this. That works perfectly fine too. You can just make your own blender and just smooth it. If it's too dark, you could always go back and forth with the eraser and then lighten up your shading and kind of put the white back in until you just get just the right amount of white. Okay, so I want you to put the eyelid crease and shade the white part of your eye, because you shouldn't leave that blank. It shouldn't be just white paper. The white of your eyes should also some sort of shade